it's not super commercialized, so there's not really a lot to do other than.
So today is Monday, July 17th, and we will call this Board of Finance meeting officially in session. I will turn it over to Ms. Griffith.
Perfect. So I called this meeting today. There have been some comments, and I know we talked about this last meeting, about the funds that we were paying interest into. That list hasn't been updated per a conversation I had with Darren Bates for the last 15 to 18 years when they first put this form together with Roger Bainbridge. And Angie and I had been talking, and Angie has some recommendations on which funds need to be on the interest report, what we're paying into on those. And then also David White had brought to my attention when it came to wheel tax, the way that we had been paying that interest in was putting those fees into the general fund. He said that is a matter of law, therefore it's illegal to put that interest earned from the wheel tax back into the general fund. So we are just looking to get some funds off of the interest report that are not active and update those vacancies to funds that we can pay interest into. This first report that I have given you, the highlighted funds are the ones that are inactive or incorrect fund numbers on that. The page behind that report is just to show you, these are the funds that we show that are being paid into. That middle column there, balance at the end of the month, is where I enter that, and then it formulates a formula there to show what's being paid into those funds. This third page Angie has provided to us, and it just shows where we are making those corrections or the recommendations for those new funds to be added on there. So you'll see 1138 is to be added. The reassessment 2015 is on that fund, but it had an incorrect fund number. So we're just moving that to fund 1224. That needs to be added. And then the wheel and surtax fund 4957 needs to be added. So we're just asking for those changes to be made. And then removing fund 1168. That fund ended as of December 31st. That ends December 31st, 2023. Removing fund 1206, the tobacco trust. That fund ends again December 31st, 2023. And then fund 0811, the tobacco trust. That fund no longer exists. So those are just the recommendations and corrections that we're asking to make today.
Some kind of house cleaning.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Absolutely.
And we as commissioners, we do that.
We're the Board of Finance. We
Gotcha.
make those
Okay,
decisions.
very good. Okay.
The council. I find it interesting, state law makes us
Yeah.
the arbiters of these issues instead of them, but
Yeah.
there's a reason.
Yeah.
Because he's our president.
There you go.
It's such a fun gig, isn't it?
I've noticed how much enjoyment he gets. It's worth it to me.
You don't see me dance a jig yet.
Well, when you do, I want to be there.
Okay. Anything else?
That was
That's
it.
pretty much,
Yeah, short, sweet, and simple. Day, guys.
Then you would ask for a motion to remove and update the noted items that the treasurers asked for. I would move that we do those house cleaning items as presented.
Perfect.
I would say that.
so we have a motion from Mr. Bardsley and a second from Mr. Wright. Let me back up just real quick. I do have a quick question.
Yeah.
So, I'm understanding the wheel tax. So we've been paying interest on the wheel tax into fund that
The general
the
fund.
general fund.
Yes.
and we should not have been doing that. Where does that go?
So
Is it
it's,
separate, is it its own?
so that interest then would be going into that wheel and surtax fund.
Okay, so it goes
Yeah.
into that instead of the general?
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's kind of a dedicated fund,
Yes,
much like what we have with our drainage boards. Each of the ditches or tiles has a certain amount they collect, and then, good or bad, that interest has to go back into each specific drain that the money's been collected. So the money's been collected for the wheel tax, any interest goes back to wheel tax projects.
Gotcha.
And wheel tax projects can only be for streets and,
Roads.
roads, right?
Yeah.
Roads, bridges, whatever we need.
Yeah, anything we do in highway construction, those types of things.
Yeah, gotcha.
So we have a first from Mr. Bardsley, or I have a motion from Mr. Bardsley, a second from Mr. Wright. Any other questions? All those in favor signify by saying aye, please.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Do we have,
I do have a question, sir.
Yeah.
Mentioning, drainage board, understand there was an influx with interest and then we had to pull some out because was it
Yes.
overestimation or what?
it wasn't an overestimation. There was an incorrect formula on the report after we spoke with Darren about it. Again, it was one of those issues where he hadn't taken a look at that interest report in the last 15 to 18 years. So he made those corrections to the report and we were able to amend those.
Okay,
Yep. Yeah. But we will be amending the reports for the wheel tax, so that money does get paid into that fund and not the general. So we're gonna be doing a second amended report for months February through May.
And that shorts you,
no. It just, we thought we had an influx and then it didn't come back out because
This amended one,
each drain only collects a certain amount that is prescribed.
Because it's.
And so, you know,
yeah.
one account may have had $50,000 in it and it may have had an influx of, I'm picking at things, maybe $20,000 and we're going, oh, that's good. And
Yeah.
then, no, maybe
so it's back on the 30.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know.
Something to.
all right, any other business that we need to discuss today?
Not regarding anything else business wise. I did just want to also point out when we do these amended corrections again for the wheel tax, it will affect those individual fund lines again. So you will get an updated report on those funds.
What does our 15 million look like?
That's a great question. We're doing super great on that. The interest rate last I checked was like at a 4.9. I did not check it this morning, but I can send you out an email and let you know where we're
Yeah, I'd
at.
love to know how that's doing.
It's looking really great.
Good.
So,
Rates continue. I know with my bank, the rates are on CDs, they're in the fives.
yeah.
And that's on the CDs.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely check that account for you guys and send you an email regarding that.
Perfect.
Thank you.
And again, those interest dollars just go into that particular fund.
Well, we're using kind of general. So it goes back to
Back
that.
into the general.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's the correct statement, isn't it? Since it's general funds that we've swept over there, because we can't just use ARPA funds. We just have to use the entire
Right. as a
scope
whole.
of our.
Yeah.
So I understand it. Anything else at this time? No.
See,
They're gonna get after me because I had a long session. Short session.
It was a 9-minute session.
Even better than Steve.
Steve had 27, Mark goes on. What was today? Thank you very much.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you.
Motion to adjourn.
Perfect.
We are adjourned.